IOST value expectation January 2026. Regarding January 2026 IOST cost sort of as figure 2 in a real sense, show up at a most diminished possible level of 0063 or so. They thought the IOST cost could essentially show up at a most outrageous possible level of 0071. With the ordinary figure cost of 0069, in an unpretentious manner, IOST value figure February 2026. In February 2026, the expense of IOST is assessed to be at around a base really worth of 0067. The IOST esteem especially worth can essentially show up at a restriction of 0074. With the common trading certainly worth of 0071 in UST. In a really significant way IOST value conjecture, sort of walk 2026 for spring. The expense of IOST truly is expected to show up at a common month to month, particularly the uttermost compasses of 0072, while the coin will trade between a constraint of 0078 and something like 0069. Incredibly IOST value conjecture April 2026, the typical expense of IOST could in every practical sense go to 0074 toward April's end or so. They generally thought IOST could really be trading around and undoubtedly outrageous for the most part worth of 0081, with the base expected cost of 0070. Which by and large is very critical IOST value conjecture. May 2026, the for the most part typical expense of IOST could go to 0075, close to the completion of May in a kind of significant manner. IOST could be trading around a biggest fundamentally worth of 0083, with the base expected cost of 0072. Essentially in spite of prevalent thinking IOST value forecast June 2026, the expense of IOST is expected to arrive at in any event worth of 0075 in 2026. Amazingly the IOST cost could in every way that really matters show up at a biggest especially worth of 0086, with the commonplace trading cost of 0077. All through 2026 IOST value gauge July 2026. For July the expense of IOST is expected to show up at a run-of-the-mill month-to-month outright farthest, especially reaches of 0080, while the coin will trade between a restriction of 0090 and no less than 0077 IOST value figure August 2026. For August, the expense of IOST generally is expected to show up at a common month-to-month, in every practical sense, farthest reaches of 0084, while the coin will trade between a restriction of 0094 and at particularly the least 0081, which explicitly is genuinely critical IOST value gauge September 2026. For September the expense of IOST is expected to basically show up at a common month-to-month certainly the farthest reaches of 0085, while the coin will trade between a restriction of 0098 and at particularly the least 0083 exceptionally in opposition to mainstream thinking. IOST value figure October 2026. For October the expense of IOST is expected to generally show up at a normal month-to-month, most certainly the uttermost sort of scopes of 0088, while the coin will trade between a restriction of 010 and no less than 0085 IOST value figure November 2026. The typical expense of IOST could go to 0090 toward November's end. IOST could be trading around a biggest most certainly worth of 011, with the base expected cost of 0086 or so. They sort of thought IOST value forecast December 2026. The expense of IOST basically is expected to reach in any event truly worth of 008 in 2026, which fundamentally is genuinely huge. The IOST cost could by and large show up at a biggest in every way that really matters worth of 011, with the common trading cost of 0091 all through 2026. Within the latest 1 month, the expense of IOST reduced by 25,640. Clearing out a staggering especially typical measure of 0005 from its continuous kind of worth. In an unpretentious manner this startling down suggests that the coin by and large is in plunge at the very present time, suggesting that it will in general especially be a good buy, an especially open entryway for quick endeavor in opposition to mainstream thinking. The 90 days cost change basically is close 5642. And the expense flowed from a base regular expense of 0031 to generally outrageous ordinary expense of 0032 in the past 90 days in every way that really matters significant way IOST in every practical sense is someplace close 5981, with the best normal expense of the coin was around 0047, and the base ordinary worth of was around 0039 in past 4 months. IOST value figure 2026 facts. What will generally be IOST worth in 2026? The IOST not set in stone to for the most part show up at a biggest level of 011, with smallest expense of 0088, close to the completion of 2026, kind of as opposed to mainstream thinking. Does IOST all things considered have a future in an unpretentious way to the extent that worth IOST generally has an excellent sort of potential to sort of show up at new levels, or so they thought it sort of is measure that IOST will augment in regard in an unpretentious way, according to express-trained professionals and business specialists. IOST can in every practical sense make some waves in and out of town. Cost of 0.62 till 2030. Is IOST exceptionally worth buying in 2026? Which is genuinely huge. IOSTs in every way that really matters worth for the most part should by and large continue to stretch out as need will in exceptionally broad empower cost rise benevolently. Note there sort of is a bet to any hypothesis in a significant manner, essentially sort of placed assets into what you can accomplish preceding showing up at any goals, and by and large led the best assessment possibly IOST value gauge January 2027. The in every practical sense typical expense of IOST could go to 0096 toward January's end. IOST could be trading around a generally outrageous worth of 0099, with the base expected cost of 0087, which essentially is genuinely critical. IOST value expectation February 2027. Concerning February 2027 IOST cost by and large is gauged to sort of show up at a most insignificant possible level of 0095, which for the most part is genuinely critical. The IOST cost could show up at an undoubtedly outrageous possible level of 010, with the ordinary figure cost of 0099 incredibly IOST value figure, sort of walk 2027. The fundamentally ordinary expense of IOST could commonly go to 010 towards spring's end for the most part, in opposition to mainstream thinking. IOST could generally be trading around a generally outrageous worth of 011, with a base expected cost of 0097. In a for the most part large manner. IOST value expectation April 2027. The expense of IOST in every practical sense is expected to reach at the actual kind of the least truly worth of 0099 in 2027. The IOST cost could for the most part show up at a biggest exceptionally worth